Hello, and welcome to Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh's Teen Time at Home. My name is Dan, and I'm glad you could join us today. So, first question, who's had a birthday already this year? My son just had a birthday. He was very excited to blow out the candles. My birthday's at the end of the year, so we won't talk about that. But guess who else has a birthday this year? The library. And it's a big one, 125 years old. To celebrate, instead of blowing out candles, I'm going to teach you how to make light. I'm glad you decided to be with us today for this activity, and we'd love to know what you're interested in and would like to do in the future. Please let us know down in the comments or send us an email to teens@carnegielibrary.org. Has anyone ever been to the main library in Oakland? Have you noticed the phrase carved in stone above the entrance, "Free to the people"? What does that phrase mean to you? We asked 4 local artists to create art based on that phrase. In your kit are 4 postcards with the wonderful artwork that they created. You can even come to the library and get a commemorative library card with one of their pieces on it. Let's take a look at them now, okay?
So let's take a look at the 125th anniversary cards and the artists. So the first one we have is Takara Canty, and they're from Garfield Heights. And this is a great piece with a tree coming out of a book and some trees over here, a little Van Gogh inspiration with the city skyline in the background. A lot going on in there. I love that one. Next, we have Q Perry from the North Side, and their card is just covered in love. Next, D.S. Kinsel incorporated the prompt in their work. So what does free to the people mean to you? And finally, we have Janelle Young, who took the prompt and turned it on its head, and free to the people becomes free the people. So if you like these, you can come to any Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh location, trade in your old card, and we can get you one of these new ones.
For me, light has always symbolized knowledge. To celebrate the library's birthday, I'd like to teach you how to light up a postcard of your choosing as a symbol of the light that the library can bring. That knowledge is free and accessible to us all. That's what free to the people means to me. What does it mean to you? The Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh opened its doors in 1895. Thomas Edison invented the incandescent light bulb in 1879. That means that the library was a teenager just like you when the light bulb was invented. Okay, time to get started. So, do you know what a circuit is? It's okay if you don't, because I've included this zine on circuits for you. And a circuit is a closed path that electricity goes through. It has a circuit has a positive and negative side that go with the positive and negative side of a battery. And we're going to do that to light up one of our postcards. Which one did you choose? I love them all, but I want to do this one. So the first step is to decide on where you want to put your LEDs. And I think it's perfect to put them on the X's here and here. Now, if we look at our LEDs, I don't know how well this is going to come out on camera. You can see there's a longer and a shorter leg attached to them. The longer leg is positive, the shorter leg is negative. But these are teeny tiny. So I've got to make 2 holes here and here. And you can do that just with a pencil. All right, I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've made my holes, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the battery on one of our corners, and we're going to draw each one of these holes one of them is positive, one of them is negative. I'm going to make the positive come up a circuit path and the negative down. So we're going to say this is positive,
we're going to draw pluses to say that it's positive. And we are going to come about there. Now, one of the things that we're going to do is, well, let's do the negative first. So if these are positive, then our negatives are going to come off the other side and down. And it's a little tough to see the negatives because it's right on the words, but we're not going to come all the way. So the next thing we want to do is fold a corner in. And actually, since I folded that corner, I want to take my positives to about here. Okay, and then my negative is going to come all the way to this corner, and you'll see why in just a second. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is, this is copper tape. This is conductive. I am going to cut pieces and get them started, and we're going to mark all these circuit paths off. We want to do that before we enter our LEDs. Be right back. Okay, so I got us started on this. I've already taped down our circuit paths. Our positives have come up top, and our negatives have come to the bottom. They stopped a little bit short on the positive, and the negative goes all the way to the corner. Now, the next thing that we want to do is attach the LEDs. And remember, the longer of the two is positive. And that is going up. So there's one in. And let me get the other. So that's my positive, and it's going to go in like this. So, okay, now that we have them in, bend them down onto the conductive copper tape. Okay, now those are in. So take some extra pieces of tape and just tape them in place. And it's okay, we'll straighten them out in a second. But you don't want the positive and negatives to touch, because you could short out your circuit and then it won't work. And we don't want that. All right. So then pick it up and make sure everything is really secure. Then we've got to add our battery. And in your kit, you've got these little watch batteries, 3 volt, and one side, I don't know if you can see that, has a plus on it. That's our positive side. And the other side has nothing on it. That's our negative side. So we're going to install this battery positive side down on our positive circuit path without touching the negative. And we're going to secure that just by taking a piece of tape and attaching it to itself on the battery right there. So that is in place. Okay, so now, so we have everything all connected. Battery on our positive, negative path, right? So what's going to happen is when I flip this part up, the negative is going to touch the positive, close the circuit, power is going to come from the battery and power the LEDs. Let's see if it worked. Seems like it did to me. All right, so then when you turn it over, hold the corner and it'll light up. If you want to leave it on, you just put a binder clip in place and it's lit up. Happy birthday, library.
So there's a couple online resources that I wanted you to see, and this one is from Chibitronics, and this is an explanation on how to build parallel and series circuits. Now today, we only worried about making a parallel circuit, and that is where the positive is on one side and the negative is on the other. And a circuit in series, well, that's entirely different. They're connected on the same circuit. And a continuous loop, like beads on a necklace, it says. With series, your LEDs are going to burn out a little bit faster, but it's just a different way of doing it. But check out this resource. I think it's pretty neat. The other one is a class on LinkedIn Learning, and it's under Electronic Foundation Fundamentals. But circuit basics. It's only like a 3-minute part of this really long course, but I think it's kind of interesting because so if you want to take a deeper dive, upgrade your lynda.com account to LinkedIn Learning and take a look at this. I think you might find it pretty interesting.
If you like today's activity and are interested in learning more, check out these books. This is the Manga Guide to Electricity by Kazuhiro Fujitaki. Learn the basics of electricity with Rariko and her tutor Haikiro in the Land of Electropia. Available in print at the library. Also, take a look at The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, Young Readers Edition, by William Kamkwamba. This is the memoir of a boy who built a windmill and brought electricity to his village. He did this when he wasn't much older than most of you are right now. It's available in print at the library and online through the Overdrive and Libby apps. Want to level up your circuit building? Well, try adding LEDs to a favorite photograph. It's like an Instagram filter in real life. Get in touch with us down in the comments or find us on Instagram at CLP Teenspace and show us what you've made, or let us know if you need any extra help. We're here. Thank you again for hanging out for Teen Time at Home. Keep an eye out for grab-and-go activity kits at your local neighborhood CLP location to participate with us. We miss you and look forward to creating together next Wednesday. Here's to another 125 years. See you later.